Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I will talk about double stops. To start talking about double stops, it's important for you to understand that there are different types and with that different difficulties of double stops on the violin or on the viola. So let's start with categorizing the different types of double stops. At first we have the category two open strings, which is quite self-explanatory. Two open strings. At the second category we have an open string together with an upper note fingered on the upper string. Upper note fingered, lower note open string. Third category we have the lower note fingered and the upper string is an open string. This one is more difficult than this and I will explain to you why when I grab my violin later. Then we have the fourth category, both notes fingered. This is a big category because from now on actually all categories, we have here also A and B, and this category is also both notes fingered. The easiest category is that we finger a lower finger at the lower string and a higher finger at the upper string. The second category is we finger a higher finger on the lower string and a lower finger at the upper string. And then we have the last category, an under category of course both fingered double stops, which is an extended hand frame or extended fingers. For this we have also two categories, which is extended finger on the upper string and lower finger on the lower string, and extended finger on the lower string and the lower finger on the upper string. So let me go through all this in the same order with the violin in my hand. So at first we have two open strings. All you have to do there is put the bow on both strings and just do a nice bow stroke. If you are a beginner with double stops, practice this a lot because then you don't have to worry about the bow so much when you place your fingers down here and play actually double stops with fingers. This was the first category. The second category is an open string. We take now the D string and fingered upper note. I take the first finger on the A string, the B. This is also pretty easy and should be the starting point when you want to play double stops with fingers. After that we come to the third category, which is lower note fingered and upper note open string. There we encounter the first big problem which we will have when playing double stops in this kind of way. We have to build a bridge over the open A string so that it still can ring freely, and the finger here should not touch the string like this. We don't want to have a wrong note, we want the open A string to sound. And then we have the first finger on the D and we can play them together. Of course we can also take the second finger, then we have a third, and we can also play other fingers as well. Now we come to the category with both notes fingered. There we start with the under category, lower note fingered with the lower finger, upper note fingered with the higher finger. For example, the E on the D string, first finger, and then the C on the A string, second finger. This is the easiest of the fingered double stops. Now we come to the fourth category, B, and there we just exchange the fingers. We place the first finger on the A string and the second finger on the D string. Now we have again the problem that our A string, the first finger, should not be touched by the second finger on the D string. We have now a quite interesting interval, tritonus. Let me play a perfect chord with the B and the F sharp. as you can see here, my second finger doesn't touch the A string where the first finger is placed. Now we come to the category of extended grips. Extended means we don't stay in the hand frame of 1 to 4 is a chord. We want to go higher with our fourth finger. For example, we go 2 notes higher and we play the G with the fourth finger and the E with the first finger on the D string. This is quite hard to do, especially if you have small hands. But it's still easier than the second variation of this extended grips, which is the fourth finger is on the lower string extended and the first finger is on the higher string, in this case the A string. So we have the B on the A string and we have now just one note extended, the same note, the B, on the D string as well. Of course you can go with the fourth finger also to the C, but that doesn't make so much sense because you would do it with the second finger on the A string. But this same note on both strings can sometimes be an option in virtuosic literature. Those are the categories of double stops which you can learn on the violin. I would advise you to start very easy with just nice whole bows with good sound and try to stay on both strings all the time. After you learned how to play good on open strings, you go to the second and third category, this one and this one. If you combine those two, you can play actually many beautiful things. Then after that you of course will have to start with both fingers on the string as a double stop and going up the stairs to the more difficult double stops. I want to give you again an advice of study literature for double stops, which I learned with and which I still use with my students sometimes, and also I sometimes practice some exercises myself from this book. It's from, I think his first name is Enrico Polo, yes. He wrote this book, 30 Studies for Double Stops. It is quite amazing that he built the difficulty from open string and fingered note to both fingered and then extended grips, and also more than one double stop at one bow. And also what you can do with double stops is you play one note and on one string and change the note on the other string at the same bow. So you play a melody while one note stays the same. And this one is very structured in the terms of difficulty. Actually, my whole theory here I got from this book. I changed it a little bit because here you will not find open strings exercises, and the first exercise in this book is already with the second and third category. So you have always an open string and a fingered note, but the finger can be on the higher and on the lower string already. But still, the first etude in this book is very, very helpful. Play 1 or 2 lines at the time and really try to listen carefully to the intonation. Before you start with double stops, you should be able to play perfectly in tune in the first position at least. Double stops require a really perfect intonation, but you also can develop a good intonation if you practice double stops with open strings. Start playing fingered notes with an open string and compare the fingers to the open string and try to listen if the interval is right. So I hope you understand the basic outlines of practicing double stops. If you want to get this book, I will make a link in the description. You can support me by clicking on this link. It's an affiliate link to Amazon, so I get a percentage, but it's not more expensive for you. If you want to support me otherwise, you can give me a thumbs up, you can subscribe to my channel, You can share this video with friends who also play violin or viola. If you have any questions, please write in the comments. Have a great day, have a great summer, enjoy the practicing. See you in the next videos.